Thanks for listening to and downloading the seventh episode of the Social Kenny PUA podcast show. And welcome to everybody who's just checking in for the first time. And I'm actually recording from an outside balcony. This is my second show from a balcony, in fact. I mean, the same boring podcast from the studio is just so played out. So I figured I would mix it up and do something a little bit different and creative, So anyway, guys, on this episode, the seventh episode. Oh, first off, I just want to apologize to all my listeners, because I've been missing, in a sense, for the past 2 months or so. I haven't done a show in like 2 fucking months. And I had promised the show probably bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. So I dropped the proverbial ball on that one. So I apologize. Whatever. Kill me. Fuck it. So in this seventh episode, we're going to talk about being social and how to be a social machine. And my pseudonym isn't Social Kenny, just for fucking good looks. It's actually a backstory to how I got the name Social Kenny, which is actually my pickup name that I use in the seduction community. So let's give a little backstory on. I wasn't always a social dude. People need to realize that. I chat my ass off nowadays. I mean, I blog like crazy. I'm a motor mouth. Nowadays, I am a fucking motor mouth. And people who knew me back in school, they totally wouldn't recognize me today. Being that I'm totally a social guy. But it wasn't always so. And I can recall, back in high school, I was so much of an anti-social guy. Out of my 4 years of high school, I never participated in any sports at all. In fact, let's rewind. Let's rewind a bit further, back to junior high. In fact, in junior high and high school, I never participated in any sporting events at the gym, be it varsity sports. Never, ever. I was always too shy and antisocial to actually participate. So I would sit on the bleachers every single fucking day at gym class. I totally did not participate. I was totally frozen with anxiety that I could not participate in anything. And it's so hilarious when I reflect on it. And I can recall my mother used to say, she used to look at my report cards and she used to say, "Kenny, what the fuck is wrong with you? How can you fail gym repeatedly? Semester, year after year. How the fuck can anyone fail gym?" And my brother used to ask me the same thing. And we was young. We was probably like 13, 12. And he was asking me, I mean, how the fuck can you fail gym, bro? What is going on? So not even my family knew of the severe anxiety I had and how antisocial I was at school. And even the teachers used to wonder and ask, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you participating in gym? Just get up and play basketball. And the thing about it, right? I was a good basketball player. Believe me, I was dunking. I was fucking doing LeBrons and all that shit. I was good at basketball. Football also. I used to play in the parks and in the Bronx, where I grew up in New York. I was always on the basketball court and in the football field. But at school and around girls or people I didn't know, I totally was frozen with anxiety. And let's add another tangent to this. I also, in junior high and high school, I never ate school meals at all. I had a severe phobia of eating in front of girls. I'm dead fucking serious. I could not eat in front of girls at the lunchroom. And I literally went like throughout my entire junior high, 3 years of junior high and 4 years of high school, I totally never ate fucking lunch one time at the lunchroom. I was so scared and frozen to eat in front of women, in front of girls. And I've since got over that, obviously. And I have to thank the seduction slash pickup community for ridding myself of that phobia, of that intense anxiety of antisocial behavior. And in retrospect, now that I'm able to analyze and break down, this whole sort of a lifestyle that I had during my school years, I'm able to see that this severe anxiety and phobia was based on a need to be perfect, an extreme fear, which was based on a perfection mentality, perfectionism. This ideal of I want to be perfect. I want to appear to be perfect. I don't want to fuck up in front of anyone. So that, I believe, that was the main cause to my extreme anxiety, social anxiety and phobia. I wanted to be perfect. And although at that time as a kid I definitely wasn't able to internalize it or even to figure out what it was or what was driving this. But now, since I'm equipped with the social mastery to be able to dissect this, I'm able to see what was driving it back then. And guys need to realize that it is not that difficult to kick social anxiety with a woman. It's pretty manageable. Like I said, I've pretty much got this social angst under control over the past years or so. Since entering in the pickup community. At first it will seem like jumping in the fucking ice cold water of the Antarctic. That is how difficult it will feel at the beginning, but as you progress in ridding yourself of social anxiety with women, it'll become pretty hardwired and pretty simple after that. And I'm gonna give some few tips and even how I was able to rid myself of the social anxiety of women and became a social machine. I read a few stuff years ago in the pickup community, which I am a member slash coach of. And I can recall, I think it was TD, Tyler Durden, on seductiontuition.com, where he spoke about, ridding yourself of approach anxiety. And that is where I pretty much started out in ridding myself of social anxiety to become a social machine. So few quick tips on how to make this possible. Okay, let's get to some practical applications. And these are from my school of thought also on how I got rid of social anxiety and approach anxiety altogether. First off, I'm all for the concept of just diving in, throwing yourself in the fucking water, in the cold water. I'm all for that. That is actually the best approach. So grab a pen and notepad or an iPhone app, Android, BlackBerry app, whatever, any note-taking app. Grab it, open it, run it, and get ready to fucking take notes. This is how you rid yourself of social and approach anxiety in order to become a social machine, just like I, Social Kenny, am. Now, first tip, first advice is talk to everyone. Yep, it's pretty fucking simple. Talk to everyone. That is the first step and the most potent step in ridding yourself of social and approach anxiety. You see that grandma that's standing over there at the grocery store? Chat her the fuck up. Talk to her. Ask her how's the day. Wow, you got a big family. Whoa, shopping cart full of goods. Chat up the grandmother. Chat up everyone at the grocery store. You don't have to start out big. You don't have to set any big goals initially. Just say hi to people. You're walking down the street. Say hi to everyone. Man, woman, child, baby in a stroller, every fucking person you pass or you come in contact with, the bus driver, everyone. Say hi for starters. And the next day, you take that a step further. You could say, like I said, day 2 of doing this exercise, you can take it further and say, let's say you're at a grocery store and there's a hot chick standing up at the, getting the stuff checked out. You can say to her, hey, hi, good morning, how are you? Okay, and that's it. Simple. The end of fucking story. You do that with about 5 chicks per day. And you will be amazed on how much you progress over the course of a few weeks of doing that. Just being social and opening up and saying hi to people. And eventually your dialogue will grow. So it won't just be hi every day. In that case, you really won't progress. But you would naturally start to build a dialogue with people as you progress over the weeks and months. So say hi to everybody. And you know what kills me? I hear a lot of gurus and a lot of PUA instructors. They're not stressing the point that you should talk to everyone. You should chat up everyone. It's very rare that I meet a guru or I come across a guru or read a PUA blog and the author is actually encouraging people to speak to everyone. But that is a crucial tip, is a crucial piece of advice in becoming a social machine. You must talk to everybody. So let's say you're at a bar or at a nightclub. You're at the bar counter, you're ordering a drink. Don't wait around trying to scope out the best looking prospect. And I see a lot of guys do that a lot. They would prop up the fucking bar and not talk to anyone because they're looking for the hottest prospect to talk to. They're looking for the HB10. No, that's fucking wrong. Guys, talk to everybody. Talk to the ugly girl. Talk to the fat mammoth that's propping up the bar. Speak to everybody. And you're in effect getting your social juices flowing. You're becoming a verbal machine by doing this. You're talking to everyone. And I do it a lot. When I'm at the bar, I don't wait till the hottest chick comes in order to start talking. No, fuck that. I talk to the fatties. I chat up the granny. I chat up the cougar, the milfs, everyone that's at the fucking bar. The guys also. I chat up to the guys. Be social, be friendly. You're not trying to fucking pick them up. You're just greasing the conversational wheels, to put it that way, when it comes to conversing. And you can't start with the hottest girl. Start with anyone. Converse with anyone at the bar, anyone at the club. And a few weeks of doing this, and you'll surely but surely see that you're able to interact more and be social more in social settings at any venue. Don't wait for Beyonce to step in the fucking place for you to start trying to get verbal. No. Start chatting up from an hour before to everyone and anyone, guy, girl, woman, fucking man, and then you'll be in the mind frame to chat with the hottest girls. And the following tips are based on the same concept of chatting to everyone. And let's give another example. Next time you're at a social gathering, do this little exercise right here. Ask 5 persons for the time. Just go up to 5 people randomly. Girl, guy, and ask them, excuse me, can you tell me what time it is right now? Simple. After you get the time or whatever the situation from that person, you approach another. Doesn't have to be in succession, but 10 minutes later, whatever. You approach 5 people in that manner with, it doesn't even have to be the question of the time, anything. And let's say you're at a restaurant. Do it with 2 people in a restaurant. Next time you're at a club, ask 5 to 10 people. Since it's a bigger venue, it's a bigger gathering, ask 10 to 20 people, can you tell me what time it is? And and eventually, like I said, over the course of a few weeks of doing this, of just being social, you'll be able to gradually build your dialogue, which will enable you to become a social machine. And this spins off into every area of life, actually. You don't want to be the guy that sticks out like a sore fucking thumb that's at, let's say, at a job fair. You want to be that social guy that's at a job fair, who's not afraid to ask the HR department, the people who are actually running the application process. You don't want to be shy and awkward around them. You want to be social. Despite the venue, whichever venue you're at, whichever medium. Whether you're at the club, you want to be the social guy in the club. You want to be the social guy at the restaurant. You want to be the social guy in McDonald's. You want to be that social guy at the airport. And eventually, that will attract women. And it's sort of like people are definitely drawn to others who others are drawn to. And this is a concept what we teach in the pickup community. No one wants to be around the antisocial guy, the guy who's wallflowering, the guy who's brimming with social angst. No one wants to be around that person, whether it's a guy or a female. No one wants to be around her or him. Conversely, a guy who's social, who's open, who's displaying sociable mannerism, we all want to be around those people. And that is why I can't further stress the point that wherever you go, you want to be that social guy. If not the social guy, you want to be one of the social guys. Such an exercise will pay off major dividends in the end. Believe me, guys, trust me on that shit. I'm telling you, I was the most antisocial guy growing up. Throughout my whole entire life at school, middle school, the whole fucking 9 yards, man. I was antisocial to the max. And it's so funny how I have a total transformation now over the past years since entering the pickup community. I literally forced myself into being social. I forced myself into fucking being a social guy. And it was uncomfortable at first, to be honest. I was at the bar and I felt uncomfortable chatting up the biggest girl in the venue or the oldest girl in the venue. It was uncomfortable at first, but with strong inner game, as we all should strive for, to being confident in ourselves, in our abilities, we should be able to block out what other people think about us, how they view us, negatively, positively. As you progress in the seduction community or in game, you'll eventually get rid of the need to please others. So you're not gonna be at the bar and worrying about, what if that hot girl over there see me talking to this 70-year-old? No, bullshit. It means nothing to a woman who's watching that. Women don't hate in that sense. Guys are gonna look at you interacting with Granny and say, Oh, look at that fucking dude. He's such a fucking loser. He's a weirdo. Oh, he's nasty. But who gives a fuck what guys think? Women are not gonna be saying that. They're gonna be wondering, oh shit, man, this guy is, he's well likable. Everyone's talking to him. He's talking to everyone. So you're flipping an attraction switch immediately, and that is what you want. You want to flip as much attraction switches as possible that'll make women feel the need or want to be social around you. And that is one way to flip that switch. And there's also pre-selection mixed in with it, as we were saying in pickup. So with those quick tips, guys, remember, be fucking social. Talk to everyone, everywhere you go. Say hi to everybody. Ask people for the time. And doing this over the course of weeks and the months to come, you will eventually become a social machine. It'll be hardwired in you. You won't even think. You'll just be spewing everywhere. You'll just be throwing your social persona all around the fucking place. You'll be like a sloppy social machine. And it's a wrap, man. Just follow the tips. Take some notes. Go out and be social. Later.